We just entered the old city of Jerusalem through the Dung Gate behind me. Before we continue on to the Western Wall Plaza, we've stopped here at the Jerusalem Archaeological Park, where recently have been uncovered fascinating remains from Herod's temple. I'm standing here at the corner of the southern support wall of the Temple Mount, and where it intersects the western wall of the Temple Mount. Further beyond view is the western wall of the temple, where today Jews pray publicly in the holiest accessible place on earth. But what we see here in front of us, jutting out from this western support wall, is the remains of what's called Robinson's Arch. Robinson's Arch was the first freeway interchange of antiquity, so to speak. It was a massive arch and vaulted structure at a 90-degree angle with steps leading up, allowing for access directly onto the Temple Mount. Apparently, this was a route that was used by Jerusalem's aristocratic families to enter the Temple Mount compound. Down below us is a maze of ritual baths where Jewish pilgrims would immerse themselves in preparation for their entry to the Holy Temple. Below me is the main street of the Herodian period of Jerusalem, during the time the Second Temple actually stood. Because this wall in front of us is an extension of the western wall that we're all familiar with, the sanctity of this section of the wall is no less than that of the Western Wall Plaza. And because of that, Israel's Ministry of Tourism has allocated this area of the wall for Reform and conservative Jews to have their bar mitzvah ceremonies or their bat mitzvah ceremonies here, in which men and women are permitted to pray together. These massive Herodian stones in front of us were actually a part of the temple complex. What we're seeing here is clear evidence of the Roman destruction of Jerusalem in the year 70 CE. The Romans pushed these stones down from the temple up above our heads, and they were left here until modern times. They're sitting here for 2,000 years. These steps that I'm standing on now are the same steps that were used by Jewish pilgrims 2,000 years ago to enter the Holy Temple Mount. The simple Jews of antiquity, on the pilgrimage festivals of Passover, Sukkot, and Shavuot, would use these steps to enter the area of the temple. If you look carefully in this southern wall of the Temple Mount, you're going to see 3 arches that are sealed up. Those are the remains of the Hulda gates. The Hulda gates were the way that Jewish pilgrims would ascend this monumental staircase. They would enter the gates, go through an underground passageway, and when they would come out, they would be in the middle of the temple compound. The monumental remains of the Second Temple is a must on any Israel itinerary, and I'll be happy to show you around this fascinating area, and all the rest of David's land as well. In the meantime, I encourage you to visit my website at www.davidsland.com.